to our conversation. So the core message here is that the heaviest burdens men carry are the ones that we never talk about, the ones we don't even have a name for. Responsibility to our jobs, to our families, to our children, right? The expectations that people have of us, the silence, the things that we're supposed to suffer through and not tell a soul about, the inherited rules that we learned from our male role models, or the lack thereof, and emotional suppression, right? We're supposed to suffer and do all this stuff in silence. And most men don't notice the weight until it starts making decisions for them, right? Because things are just too much to do something. Like, I can't make it to Timmy's baseball game because I've got too much responsibility at work. Or the expectation is, I got to make it to Timmy's baseball game and I've got all this other stuff going on. And how do I go to Timmy's birthday, or not birthday, but his baseball game, and brush off the responsibility at work? You know, there's a dozen different ways to read that, or how it shows up. It shows up when you say, I'm fine, automatically. When somebody asks, how you doing? You just go, I'm fine. And we all know that's a lie. There's that person screaming inside our chest that wants to tell everybody that something's too much. I wish I could get some time, a vacation, some appreciation, right? So when you stay so busy, you don't have to feel, right? And for those of us that have the ADHD or ADD bug, you know exactly what that is. Like, when you have a day off, you can't sit down and rest. You can't take time for yourself. You're always doing something else. Even if you're doing something stupid like playing video games, you're playing video games, or you're looking at your phone while you're watching a movie, while you're dealing with the kids, because that's because that's where you live, right? When you carry everyone else, but you never let anyone carry you, right? So the expectation is that you are the rock for everyone else. You're the one carrying the load. You're the one making the decisions for the family. You're the one putting in the 16-hour days at work and coming home and cooking dinner and doing the homework and all that stuff. No one taught us how to name that. They just taught us how to carry it, because they handed it to us a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, and before you knew it, it was too much. Or we found a way to struggle through. You know, I always picture most guys, right? They go to the grocery store, and when they get home, they find a way to carry, if not everything, as much as physically possible on their two arms and march into the house. That is how we approach almost every situation in life. How much weight can I put on and keep moving forward? And the truth is, the weight doesn't make you weak, but pretending it isn't there will eventually break you. Because that phrase, the straw that broke the camel's back, it exists because it happens every day. The goal isn't to drop the weight, unless it's this weight. The goal is to stop carrying it alone. And you don't fix this tonight. You start by naming it. What have you been carrying quietly? And then you find things that you can put down, just one thing at a time. So this is the broken but built, right?